where's the stronghold in California legislator? Who's, if you go inside baseball, inside politics, say which groups are influencing, driving, or having an agenda that's being executed by the legislator? Which groups? Is it Cal Chamber? Is it building industry? Is it developers? Is it unions? Is it oil companies? How does that work? So many of us would just see, here's a bill that was introduced and it became law, and here's one assemblywoman or a man that introduced it. But who are the power brokers in Sacramento?
Labor and consumer attorneys are the most powerful group in California politics, period. They got pretty much everything they wanted in this legislative session. There's been many articles written about it. Everything they supported essentially passed. I'll tell you who does not have power, and people need to hear this. It's not moderate Democrats. So when you hear people say, oh, we need to elect a moderate Democrat, they're going to go and help and they're going to stop stuff. They collapsed on every single bill, and these kind of crazy policies passed, right? But it's and let's talk a little bit more about labor. It's SEIU. It's the California Teachers Association that stops anything that try and helps education reform, like tenure reform, to ensure that our kids are getting the best education in the classroom and that we get bad teachers out of the classroom. Democrats have run bills like that, and CTA kills them. Consumer attorneys groups, that just seek to drive up your costs. So after this legislative session, because of these groups and passing their agenda, here's the bottom line for you. You're going to pay more for groceries. You're going to pay even more for your utility bills as if they weren't high enough. Environmental groups that continue to push, a climate agenda that just means more cost for you. You're going to pay more for a hamburger. If you go to a fast food joint, you're going to pay more because of bills that have passed this year. And your rural hospitals that you need as your lifeline when you're having a health issue, more of them are going to go under, because they passed legislation to increase the minimum wage in healthcare to $25 an hour. Rural hospitals are already hanging on the brink. Madera, is probably the biggest example here in the Valley.
Yeah.
And they just passed legislation that's going to make the problem even worse. So you can't make this stuff up. Gavin Newsom and the supermajority Democrats in Sacramento are making your life unaffordable, unsafe, and not long-term sustainable. And that's why we've seen over 700,000 people leave the state, in the last, few years. We've got to change it. Republicans are standing for a better quality of life for all Californians, for an affordable quality of life, and we're going to continue to fight for that.
With that, I want to thank you for joining us this
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you, and I hope to have you back on the show soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.